Up in the 6th frame, trailing by 4 pins.
Given a little bit of a reprieve. You know, he's fortunate that those shots that Doug Kent threw did not strike. Keeps him very much in the match, only 4 pins down. Chance to throw a couple strikes of his own and get back in the lead.
He'd have more room and gets the light hit.
And now he comes back to lane 21 where he had a little problem. As we see once again, Parker-Bohn kind of reroutes that swing a little bit from inside to out. Hooks the ball back up to the 1-2 pocket and shakes them all down. Left the 2-4-7 the last time on lane 21. He made the proper adjustment on 22 to get back into the pocket. What will he do here? Has to be careful. He's come in high on this lane the last time.
For the lead. Oh, the overcorrection and the 3-6-7.
Yeah, he made the adjustment. Got a little too far inside. The ball hit the conditioner. Just a little bit too far and left himself with a difficult split to try and make, and really a split that he's got to go for right now.
And how does he do that?
Well, he's got to get his ball to the right of that 3-pin, slide the 3-pin over to the 7, and the ball will take out the 6. He's got a chance at it, and he makes it.
Parker-Bohn converting the 3-6-7 to stay just 4 pins behind in this match.
And what a momentum boost this is for Parker-Bohn. Just a textbook kind of conversion. Beautiful shot.
Boy, you can see it there, just the way you describe it all the way.
He's feeling pretty good about himself right now.
So, Doug Kent, does that affect how he throws this shot? Not at all.
Great shot from Doug. He has no control over what Parker does, but he can certainly control his own destiny. He's still in the lead.
The lead by 4 pins, asking for a re-rack there.
Didn't quite like the way the pins were set, so he asked the tournament director for a re-rack. And if you do that in your first order of business, you're allowed to have one. Now, if you were to pick up your ball, then look at the pins, then ask for the re-rack, no matter how the pins were standing, you would not get it. So you have to make sure that it is your first order of business.
Okay, thank you. I need that education. That happened to be on one telecast recently. Something's wrong here. He's picked up the ball and put it back down, now staring at the pins. Maybe a pin in the channel that they have to get out.
Well, he's not going to get. I guess he's asking for another re-rack. Didn't like the way they were set.
Okay.
Now you only get 2 re-racks a game. He's taking them both in the same frame, so
this shot he really considers important.
He considers this very important, as you see by the graphic. The 1991 ABC Masters champion. He wants to add the Japan Cup to the list of titles.
For the double.
Now ringing 10-pin the previous time on lane 21. Now he gets up and leaves a little bit of the half 10 and going to have to be content with making the spare and keeping that small 4-pin lead.
Tight match all the way through right here. One of these two guys is going to take home the prestigious title of AMF Japan Cup winner at the 10-pin to maintain his 4-pin lead. Has it. Again, the winner of this game is going to receive this beautiful Japan Cup, Marshall.
Yeah, not to mention 24,500 more than the runner-up. It's 50,000 first, 25,500 second. They both want the trophy. They both want that check. Couple of frames to decide it.
8th frame, Parker-Bohn. Oh, the solid 7. Great shot there.
Beautiful shot from Parker. Looked deep enough. It looked like I mean, sometimes you get a ringing 7 or a ringing 10 and you can kind of tell. That one was continuing to drive towards the pocket. Looked like it was going to strike, but it didn't.
Cross lane at the 7-pin. A conversion, and he's 5 pins behind. Ooh. Had it measured just right.
Just right.
Parker-Bohn, the 9th frame now. Foundation frame in bowling. There's our scoreboard. We can see both players on spares. 5 pins the difference.
Well, he needs to strike here Now, if Parker were to strike here and then strike out in the 10th frame, he cannot shut out Doug Kent. He needed that strike in the 8th frame, and then the 9th and 10th to shut him out.
Still a big shot here, though.
Very big shot. Whatever Parker does, Doug will have to respond. Beautiful shot.
So Parker sets up his 10th frame. If he takes it out, he could finish with 233. What's Doug's Kent scenario?
Well, as we take a look at Parker on replay with this beautiful shot on the left-hand lane, if Doug Kent were to strike out, he can shoot a possible 238. So here we go. It's a 9th frame for Doug Kent. Strike here, a couple of strikes in the 10th, and then a minimal fill. He's got it.
Takes that deep breath. And the light hit.
The friendly light hit. You know, if you could get your ball into that light hit, whether you be left-handed or right-handed, I really think the percentage you carry is even better than the flush hits.
10th frame now. Right now, 5 pins of difference, so he can shut out Parker.
He can shut out Parker. I believe he needs 2 strikes and 6 pins to shut out Parker-Bohn. Parker knows the score. He knows exactly what's happening.
And of course, the scoreboard again shows the situation. One of the biggest shots of Kent's career right here.
Very important tournament.
Boy, hard to throw it any better than that.
What a great shot, boy. That 6-pin just slapped that 10 right on out of there. Parker knows one more strike, and it's going to be a second-place finish for Parker.
Boy, did you see how unbalanced the Kent was? He stayed down. You know, you talked about those pre-bent knees, and he was down all the way through that shot.
Yeah, a very, very solid shot in an extraordinarily pressure-packed situation.
This one, basically for the win.
This one's for the tournament. We can pretty much give him the 6 pins on the fill ball, but this strike is the one he needs to shut out Parker-Bohn.
Oh!
Well, if you thought he threw the 1 in the 10th frame good, Mike, he just threw that one a lot better.
Woo! Doug Kent. Now, interestingly enough, the thoughts flying through his mind are probably, well, don't hit your ankle, don't go in the gutter, just hit the head pin. Will he throw it straight at this?
Well, I'm just wondering if he'll take his spare ball and just give it the old high hard one. We'll have to see. No, he's got his strike ball, but he does throw it harder and straight, and that's a 4-pin, and that's enough. And a very happy Doug Kent, and a great sport, Parker-Bohn-III gives Doug a hug.
Well, he earned it. What a game he bowled. 237, but he hardly made an errant shot throughout that whole game. The first frame is about it.
Very solid.
Parker, the professional that he is, finishing it out. Dead flush. And again, back to that 8th frame. If he carries that 7-pin there, he's still in this match.
That's correct. It's just a tough break for either player to lose this match. Really a very well bowled match on both ends. Parker did have a couple of frames in the middle of the match where he came in high, but he made that nice split conversion. He threw a lot of good shots.
And he crunches the 6-pin for the second one of the 10th to put him in the 230s. A strike, and he'll finish with 233.
We'd like to figure out a way to get 14 or 15 pins on this ball, but
There's only 10 down there.
it's not going to happen, Parker. Still a great week.
And he gets 8 to finish with 231. Our champion, Doug Kent from Canandaigua, New York, 237. Parker-Bohn, 231.